When IAS officers come for hospital inspection, as you can see, we are handling the crisis very well through our resident doctors, nurses and ward boys. Good work, Dean. We are proud of our medical fraternity. But reality is something different. As a resident doctor in Mumbai's top KEM hospital tweeted, while they are shown wards to be fully staffed and equipped, resident doctors are often the only staff. For 35 critically ill patients with no patient relative allowed, every single job is being done by the 3 resident doctors in the ward as support staff had vanished. We have to feed the patients, they can't even go to the washroom and we have to help them. People who don't have to die are dying and we end up putting dead bodies in bags. A doctor who dares ask for sick leave is threatened. I'm not feeling well. I need to take a few days rest. You cannot go anywhere. If you leave without permission, we won't allow you back to complete your degree. Overburdened resident doctors did raise the issue before authorities. Okay, we will get back to you, but allegedly turned a deaf ear to their concern. Left with no choice, they uploaded the infamous video. We are senior doctors working on COVID duty. We are being threatened for voicing shortcomings of the system. So please use your voices to show the ground reality of what is actually happening. Voicing out shortcomings in public hospitals is not new. Back in 1986, resident doctors at the same KEM hospital, upset at the sorry state of its emergency ward, went to the media wanting to bring the matter to the attention of the public and higher authorities. The 2 resident doctors met with journalist Conrad Prabhu of the afternoon newspaper. We have tried talking to the dean but are frustrated and there has been no response. As the afternoon ran, Conrad's expose on the front page is replete with photographs. Resident doctors launched a relay hunger strike near the hospital gate to highlight shortages of essential medicines, becoming heroes as newspaper after newspaper covered the story. The response of the BMC administration? Of course, you guessed it. All resident doctors were suspended and an inquiry ordered against the 2 resident doctors who had spoken to the journalist for breaching service conditions. Furious, the suspended doctors approached the High Court. Justice Suresh, who heard the case, was aghast and reprimanded the corporation's lawyer. They have done a public service. Withdraw the suspension right now or I will pass severe strictures against you. Resident doctors are postgraduate students who work in hospitals both for training as well as a degree and are the lowest in the medical hierarchy. They stay on campus in cramped lodgings but essentially run the show. Their workload is heavy and they often spend sleepless days and nights without proper food or a bath. Most resident doctors across the world work punishing hours, sometimes 100 hours per week, though the limits specified are well below that. Because it is they who are often breaking bad news to families, unfortunately are often victims of violence against healthcare workers in India, like it happened in Thane's Singhania Hospital, which had to close down forever. They were given some legal protection recently when in April 2020 an ordinance was passed making it a 7-year jail term for attacking doctors. In the initial days, these bravehearts were not even given proper weapons to fight the enemy, like PPE kits, ventilators, oxygen cylinders and testing equipment. Of the 66 postgraduate resident doctors in Mumbai's Sion Hospital, half, 35, tested positive. Such is their spirit though, that they all returned to work post-recovery. But the BMC still unfairly denied them incentives for the day they were in quarantine. In a study done across the UK and US, frontline healthcare workers had a nearly 12 times higher risk of COVID-19 compared with others. Without PPE, the risk was higher. In Maharashtra, according to 5 nurse associations, nearly 500 nurses have tested positive due to the paucity of PPEs, leading to the posting of semi-trained nurses and second-year general nursing and midwifery GNM students working without supervision in the COVID-19 ward at Seven Hills Hospital.
We got just 6 hours of training to manage COVID patients.
83rd and 4th year MBBS students nicknamed COVID warriors are being sent into battle like sacrificial lambs. BMC then used strong-arm tactics by threatening absentee class 3 and 4 employees to report to duty in 3 days or face dismissal. Assured of better working conditions and faced with the threat of losing their jobs, almost 700 nurses and support staff came back to work. Despite the heroic work of resident doctors, neglect of government hospitals is widespread across the country. Ministers who contracted COVID-19 during lockdown preferred to be admitted to private hospitals, like Delhi's Health Minister Satyendra Jain, Madhya Pradesh's CM Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Rural Development Minister Ram Khelwan Patel, and Cooperative Minister Arvind Singh Bhadoria, Punjab Rural Development Minister Tripti Singh Bajwa, Maharashtra Social Justice Minister Dhananjay Munde, PWD and former Chief Minister Ashok Chavan, and Cabinet Minister Jitendra Awad, Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa, Tamil Nadu Governor Banwarilal Purohit. Unless elected ministers and bureaucrats are forced to use only public hospitals, the 35-year-old event replayed today will be repeated 35 years later. Nothing will change. Bizbo's Limerick. Resident doctors in public hospitals face an uphill task. Give us the tools to fight COVID is all they ask. But their sorry plight they reignite. The lack of action in 35 years, they unmask. Subscribe to Bizbo and click on the bell icon to get notified whenever Bizbo releases a new video. Sources of all our information is listed in the video description section.